Okay. We were supposed to have Gina Trail on tonight. This is Sherry Jarvis with YL Wellness Warriors.
We're supposed to have Gina Anderson.
Gina Anderson, yeah, and she is not able to make it. She's kind of stranded out in the middle of nowhere with no cell phone reception. So we're just going to go on, and we will have her next Thursday. And that's the next thing that we want to talk about for our business team is on the Above and Beyond group. I had made a poll because I've had more than one person suggest that they thought 8 o'clock was kind of late. Well, in the summertime, it's really not that late because most of us are still outside because it's light till 9 or later. And we understand that our East Coast friends like Elaine, they're an hour different. So when it's 8 Central Time, it's 9 there. But we do have some people that that are starting to be business builders, like Paige. She hasn't been able to get on her calls yet, but she said she's going to start getting on, and she's in the Mountain Time zone, so 8 is only 7 there. So we had a few people thought that 7 maybe would be easier for them. It won't be easier for me because like tonight, I didn't get done with supper by the time I got chores done till like 7:30. However, I will make the effort. And so what I'm thinking, possibly I'll wait kind of till Monday to make a final decision, because that's what I put on this thing right here. Not very many people voted. But I'm thinking that possibly we will go like 7:30. We'll just kind of go in between. And we have someone on. I think it looks like Sarita. Sarita, you probably are joining us because you thought that Gina Anderson was going to share Rock Your Business on social media tonight. However, she's stranded out in the middle of Wyoming without any cell phone reception. So if you are welcome to stay, she's going to share with us next Thursday. So we will keep you informed, but you are totally welcome to stay even if you're not on our team. We don't mind at all. We're just doing a little bit of housekeeping for our team right now, but you're very, very welcome to stay. So we had started a 30-day abundant blessing. And I noticed I've been on Grow and some of those other Young Living Facebook groups, and there's a lot of other people doing this 30-day abundant blessing also during November. And so I know that Elaine and Brenda, you're on, and you are 2 of our team members that decided to do it. And so Sarita, if you're not on, I haven't sent out the abundance oil yet. I did get it, and I'm sending out a 30-day supply of all of our team members who decided they wanted to do the abundance blessing. And I haven't sent it out to them yet because we have some t-shirts and other things that I'm waiting on to also send them some other special gifts. But how is it going? I'd like to know. And I will share about Rocking Your Business social media because I've also read and applied the book by Lindsay Teague Marino. How's it going talking to a different person each day, a new person? I'd like to hear from you. I'll tell you a quick couple of my stories. One of them was I went to pay our propane for the winter. Our propane tank. And the girl that works there, I talked with her. So that was really a new person. And there were several others. And it was all when I was just out and about. Elaine?
Well, today I talked to somebody that was in our group, Cowboys for Christ. He's a real estate agent, and his little boy threw up on the school bus on the way home, so he had to go get him. And I just, kind of casually asked him if he, did any supplements or used any kind of essential oils. He said, "Oh yeah, my wife does. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but we have some in there." And he showed me, and they were some kind of little organic ones from like England or Germany or something. And we got this conversation going, and he had no idea about Young Living. He had no idea about the different grades. So I met his wife a couple weeks ago at Trail Life USA, and we're going to get together and talk oils.
Oh, great.
So it went really well.
Yeah. And
And
I've
it's
just,
just every day I'm talking to somebody new.
yeah.
And it goes
And
like that, very
I'm
casual.
mostly doing it just out and about, like at the hair,
Yeah.
when I went to get my hair cut, I talked to the people there, just as I'm out and about in a casual manner. At the nursing home, I'm talking to the nurses and so forth. So it's not been hard at all to talk to one person per day.
Yeah, it's been going really good.
All right. As far as teaching a class this month, do you have a class planned? I actually have 2 in-home classes planned. I have the tea party, and then I'm going to do a class called Baby Steps to Wellness. And it's really essentially a essential oil 101 class about toxin free, but I think that's a nice name, Baby Steps to Wellness. And I've already made the events on Facebook. And then I'm doing 2 Facebook classes. One is YL for athletes, and the other one is YL for yogis, yoga people. So do you have any classes planned yet?
We have some plans. We don't have dates set, but Marie's group needs one done in Slippery Rock, which is not too far from me. And I'm going to do a newbies beyond basics. I have 3 people that want to come to that. So we're putting our heads together and we're picking a date for that.
Great.
So it's beyond the basics for newbies.
How about you, Brenda? Do you have a class scheduled? You gotta do at least one this month.
No, not yet.
Okay. The sooner you get it on the calendar, the better, because we have Thanksgiving. And
Yeah.
the beginning of the month is going to be a better time to get it done than the end of the month.
I was also doing some care calls. I know that's on the list. 3
Yes.
care calls a week. And I come to find out when I did 2 care calls, excuse me, that one lady is not feeling good in Missouri. And I helped her with some things she didn't even know how to look up, like in the personal death reference.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very, very grateful on how to do all that. And at first she said, "Oh man, this sounds like too much work. I'm under the weather and I said it's very worth it because the results are wonderful." And she changed her tune. And she said, "Oh, thank you so much for all the help." And then there was another gentleman, his card wouldn't go and his ER won't go. And here he's working and living outside the country. And if I hadn't have called him, his office, I wouldn't have known that. So we're getting, when you do the care calls, you find these things out. When you try to mail something and they have a new address, it's nice to touch bases and show that you care.
Yes. Great job. And how's it going on posting at least one post on social media? I'll give you an example. I do posts on social media, and I've started doing them on, this is my personal profile. I do them on Instagram as well. But just a post like this is really a Young Living post, because people are watching. They're watching to see on your social media, are you still doing this, or was it a hoax, or was it just a fad that you were going through, a phase that you were going through? Well, I've been posting about Young Living for 5 years, and I don't always try to sell them something. And that's what Lindsay Teague Marino will talk about that a little bit, since that was our class for tonight, is rocking your business. A simple post like this is really important. I just said I'm celebrating supper for October, best month yet with my Young Living business. And then, of course, I say it's good to treat yourself when you reach your goals. Thanks to my team and all our faithful customers. We love you. And people love food posts. I just turned a food post into a business post, but I didn't sell them anything. But they're watching. People are watching you to see if you're still doing this. And, some are watching you because they're wanting you to fail and they're hoping that you don't finish it off. And others are watching because they want you to succeed. And people that are watching that see your success like this, they're like, maybe I should join her. She's pretty successful at this. She just had her best month ever. All right. And she's being grateful to her team. So that's one that I put up recently. Another one, I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. A lot of the posts that I do are subtle posts. I don't just come right out and ask them to buy something. And this one I put up this morning as well. And I just said, pumpkin kind of breakfast. Journaling this morning after a long walk in the brisk fall air with my dog. What's your morning like? Also, Lindsay Teague Marino said that in your post, you should ask questions as much as possible, always to engage the people on your post. And so I did get quite a few people, 5 comments of people that engaged with me. But look at all the Young Living products right there. And I don't even tell them. Okay, because it's non-threatening. It's just part of my life. It's who I am. And so they see the Ningxia Red and the sleek tea, and there's a bottle of cinnamon there, and my supplements, and my little Mighty Pro probiotic there, pre-probiotic. And so this just shows people that it is your life. It is your lifestyle. So several people did comment, and one of the things that Lindsay always says is you need to be timely. Don't wait for a week to respond to them. Respond to them as quick as possible whenever they make comments. And people go, well, how do you do that, Sherry? You're online all the time. Well, while I'm filling my horse tanks, I'm checking to see if anybody commented. While I'm sitting at the nursing home, waiting for my dad today, while the nurses took him to the bathroom, while I was, going to visit with him, he was in there quite a while. So I'm doing it. When I was, boiling the potatoes, I was waiting for them, and I didn't want them to burn, or grilling the steaks tonight. I'm kind of multitasking as I do those things. When I'm on the toilet, I'm checking. So that's how I do it. It also becomes part of my business. It's part of my job to respond to these people. So I always make it about them, not about me. Like this person, she dragged herself out of bed after a fabulous Halloween, and I said, I don't do Halloween, but I'm glad you made it out of bed. I just and this gal, Kirsten Burmaster, she commented. She's one of the new people that I talked to this week. She commented on another post that I'm going to show you here in a minute, but she says, dealing yet again with annoying kids, you know my drill. Because this woman posted on another post, and I said, can I PM you? And I PM'd her, and we had a long conversation, really getting to know her. I've never met this person in live life, but I got a chance to tell her about oils too, so that was one of my new people. So I just say, oh yes, prayers for a peaceful day, because I know this woman needs peace. And then Megan Ann is another new person that I talked to this week, a hairdresser. And so these are people that I've talked to this week in person, or online, either online or in person, and they're commenting on my post. So, and I went into it a little bit more with her. And then Sharon is one of our members. So this also is a very non-threatening way to share Young Living. This chocolate is absolutely the best. Comes straight from Ecuador. Have you tried it yet? That's it, and I did put my website on that one. Okay, let me scroll down a little bit more and show you. Also, live videos are really, really important to do, according to Lindsay. And we just did a poll on our Facebook group, and I asked people, what is the best way for you to get information about Young Living, your healthy lifestyle, the products, keeping updated? And the most popular choice was Facebook Live videos. So if you're not doing Facebook Live videos, you need to. And they need to be short. Most of mine are 6 to 8 minutes long. This one's 6 minutes long. I do one once a week on my profile page called Wednesday Lunchbox Heart to Heart. I try to do it around lunchtime. It's not about Young Living usually. Once in a while I put in something about Young Living, but this one happened to be about Reformation Day because it was done on October 31st. I only do one once a week on my profile. I do live videos though on our Facebook group and also on our, and you see I have 155 views. That's pretty good. 155 views. And I just talked about that and my grateful journal. And so while we're on that, on our 30-day abundance, I've challenged some of you to keep and here's my new one, because my old one is filled up. I filled it up yesterday on October 31st. I've been doing a gratitude journal since July 1st, and that one is full. So I got me another new one today, and I started that one today. And this is from a gal from my church, and if you would like any of these, I could send them off to you. But these are some great ideas for a 30-day gratitude challenge. She gives you an idea of something to write about every day. She has several of these. So that's pretty cool. I'll just show you. And that one is a calendar so that you could have some ideas of your gratitude. Here's another calendar one So if you would like any of those, I'd be happy to post them off. And I actually took the first one today, gratitude prompts again, this one, and I wrote all those down for 30 days in my journal already. So I think part of our 30-day abundant blessing, it's also great to use our 30 days of gratitude. Let's talk a little bit about social media, and then we'll come back to that, because I had one more social media post that I wanted to show you. Now, one thing that Lindsay talks about is,
Your screen
go
is
ahead,
super
Elaine.
big.
Did you want to say something?
Your screen is so big that we can't really see is it just my screen?
I don't know. I don't know how to.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. Can you see it now?
Yeah, but everything's so big we can't see like what you had originally put up. It's like blown up, and we can just see a few little things real big. That's on my screen though.
I don't know how to change it. Sorry.
Okay.
If I did, I would. Sorry
You
about
can go
that.
back out of it and come back in maybe. Is everybody seeing the screen real big?
Huh.
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay. So another thing that Lindsay talks about, we said about questions. You always want to try to ask a question to engage your people. On my videos, I do that too. I try to ask a question to engage them. And then on our Facebook classes, when I'm doing the live videos there, we're always asking questions to engage people so they'll comment. And Lindsay says about once a week, and I hadn't done one in a while, and some of my videos were getting less people. Sometimes my videos will get up to 600 or 800 people, and I've been only getting like 100. So I went, oh geez, I have to make some kind of post that's really going to get a lot of engagement, because the more engagement, and that's not just likes, that's comments. The more comments you get on a post, the more it goes back up into the algorithms, and it shows up on their timeline again, and they see it as they're scrolling over and over and over. So this one is a perfect example of that. So you can see that I posted this post on October 28th. And all it says is a big hello to my Facebook friends. Would love for you to post where you are from. That's it. 77 people commented, and 2 still commented today. That was 5 days ago. When was the last time you posted a post and 5 days later people are still commenting on it? Why did that happen? Because it's still showing up in the timeline, because 2 more people commented on it today. That means more people are seeing it again today. But if nobody comments on it, it never shows up again. And so you just do something silly like this that has nothing to do with your business, because it's about getting noticed. And people seeing your stuff. And when things like this happen and you get 77 comments, people will start to see your stuff. And so then they'll see your stuff that is about your business as well. So the hard part about this is, remember what I said earlier, I have responded to all 77 people. But what did I respond to them with? Another question. So I ask them questions. I'm not going to go through all those with you. I ask them questions like, if their town had a funny name, I'm like, do you know how your town got that name? Or if they, I said, what is your favorite part? Like this one, what cheer of West Amana, Iowa, depending on the job at the time. And I'm like, a town called What Cheer? How did they get that? You know? So I ask them questions like, what is your favorite part about living there? What do you love about your town? All kinds of questions like that. And then they responded. And then guess what I did? I responded again. So although there were 77 people who responded, I probably responded 3 or 4 times that many times. So what's 3 times 77? I don't know. It's a lot. What's 4 times 77? Because some of them have several replies. And then if it was just kind of boring, I just said what their response was. I just said thanks and thanks for sharing, and went on. But with some of them, I really engaged, and some of them, I said, wow, that's really interesting, maybe was my response. And maybe they would respond with something else. So it's all about engagement. And every guru that I've ever talked to about learning how to get noticed on social media and get your business out there is engagement. And how do you get engagement? Well, if people engage with you, you dang well better be engaging back with them quickly. And ask them another question. Keep the conversation going with another question, and don't make it about you. Make it about them. So all of those people that responded, and almost all of them responded, and some of them responded more than once. So like this one, my home is heaven, but I currently residing in Lincoln, Nebraska. Where did you live before that? Well, she named some, I said, what did she say? What a great answer. That is a great. And then how long have you been in Lincoln? And then she tells me, and so forth. So sometimes it was how long, or sometimes it was why do you like it there? What's interesting? Do you have anything unique about your town? And people love talking about themselves and their town. That's a great way to really get noticed. So I'm up on the algorithms now with Facebook because of this post. Any questions or comments about that? None? Well, what can we do? Hi, Marcy. We're getting to being about done here. But what can you do? What can we do as a team to help each other out with this? Well, most of you know, Brenda and Elaine, you know, and Marcy, you know, that when I check your post, I go to your timeline on purpose, and I actually respond to you with comments. And so how can we help each other out is go to each other's pages and comment. Because if one person comments, it's going to show up again, and then maybe somebody else will comment. And then maybe somebody else will comment. And then maybe somebody else will comment. It works that way for our Facebook group too. The more people comment on a post on our Facebook group, it will show up on the timeline of everybody in that group again. So the more we comment, the more your customers, your members that are in that group are going to see those posts. And the more the prospects that you put in that group are going to see that post. So commenting is king. It is king. It is hard work, but it is king. But people will appreciate it, especially, you know, you can talk a little bit about yourself when you comment to them, but always sandwich it with something about them. And then if you want to say something about you, then end it with saying something about them again. So the beginning and the end of your comment should always be sandwiched about them. And you can say something about yourself in the middle. There's some examples of that. I don't need to go through all those because it might be hard to find, but maybe one example, I respond with, "That's really interesting." And then I might say something about that place if I visited it, and then I end it with something else about them. So that is one way to rock your Facebook page. Now that was my personal page, and I want to just go over to my business page here. So we can help each other out by going to each other's pages, our business pages, commenting. Naomi Thompson, she's not on here tonight, but she has a really good business page, and I comment on her posts a lot, but because she's pretty active about doing it. Another thing, of course, this is just same old hat, is that the more consistent you are, Lindsay says it too, you got to post daily. And in your business page, probably, she says twice a day. But here's the general rule. On your personal page, 80% is personal and 20% business. On your business page, the opposite. 80% business, 20% personal. But you do need to put some personal stuff up on your business page too. I would highly recommend that at the cover photo of your business page is the monthly promos every month, because you're changing it. So I changed it to the monthly promos on my business page every single month. I have looked at some of my business leaders' pages, their business pages, and they have a promo up there from 6 months ago. Shame on you. Sorry. I mean, I give you grace and I love you and I don't condemn you, but good grief, a 6-month-old picture on your page that isn't a promo that's been dead for 6 months, that's ridiculous. That should not happen. And so if you're letting that happen, you need to pay better attention, or just delete your page if you're not going to pay any more attention to your page than that. It's ridiculous to even have one. So it's easy to do, and if you don't know how to get these graphics, I can help you. And so that is one thing I do. Also, they recommend, she recommends on a business page, is that you have a personal picture of right here of yourself, and never change it unless it's another picture of you. But it kind of needs to stay the same all the time on your business page, because people will recognize it then. It's not a picture you should be changing often, but this page, this part you can change a lot if you'd like. So I always have the promos up there. And then I also have, of course, my events. My computer's going kind of slow here. There it is. I usually have a pinned post as well. And so then I also put my events up on here. And I do at least a couple of posts a day. And so you can see I've already done a couple of posts today. And that's the new blend. I shared that, and then I put up, of course, the new promos today. So those are the posts that I put up, 3 of them actually, because that's that one. A lot of times, like there's all these little graphics I have of all of the oils that are with this month, and I'll put them in the comments, and then I might share them as a post another day. But I like to put all those things about it, and this is actually the cover photo. So when they click on the cover photo, they get a lot of information. They get the text there, and then they get a lot of comments in the lot of information in the comments from me as well. All right. Does anybody else have anything to share of what they do on social media? My advice to you is consistency. Show them it's your lifestyle, and do live videos and ask questions.
I know I have to bump up on doing live videos, but I'm very consistent on getting a lot of engagement and fresh new posts every day. So
Yeah. And another thing she says is don't share a ton of posts. Most of your posts, and if you borrow someone else's and you have permission, make it your own. Just don't hit the share button. It takes a little effort. It takes one more step. You got to copy and paste, and save that picture and put it in there, because more of your posts should be your own organic post rather than just hitting the share button all the time. She really talks about that. If you look at my personal profile, there's like no shares. It's all organic. I do share some of Young Living's great videos, like that training video on my business page. And Elaine, yeah, you're getting a lot more posts out there. And I like Elaine posts. I'll give Elaine a little kudos here. She does not just Young Living, but she does a lot of things about healthy lifestyle, like sugar and, things like that, fitness and stuff, so that it's not just about Young Living. It's about the whole lifestyle. And that's really good, Elaine. Let's see, what else was I going to share? I think that was it. Anybody have anything else they'd like to share? Because we're about out of time.
this month is the promotion to get all of the items 400 PV. They have been doing 300 PV, but last month and this month, I think it's 400 to get all of the free gifts.
Yep. Also, I'm going to start really promoting Black Friday already. I've already posted it once on our group and on my business page, because I want to keep reminding people, hey, Young Living's going to have a great Black Friday sale. So also on our group, I'm going to be doing like Sherma is doing on the Oil Boom team, sharing every day some gift ideas. So yeah, always keep that promo and giving gift ideas and stuff on your business page and on our group. Also commenting on each other's posts on the group as well, on each other's pages. The more you comment and help each other out, you're just respecting that person. And there was a post that I put up today. We might get cut off, but I'm going to go there real quick. And I hope that you'll go read this post. It's a really good post. This is our YL Above and Beyond group. That's our group for our business building team. And let me see if I can find it. And there's some more information about the YL app there. So you can go ahead and read that. This is the post, this lady. And she talks about that not everybody wants us to succeed in our business, and some people might even say no to you because they want to see you fail. And that was like such a foreign concept to me. I'm like, seriously? I mean, I want everybody to succeed, not just in Young Living, in whatever they're doing in life. I don't want to see anybody fail. But that might be true. But we are a team, and I don't want to see any of you fail. So I want to be there commenting on your posts because I want to see you succeed on your social media as well. So I'm going to be there to help you out and comment on them. And I hope you'll do that for each other, because I don't want to see any of you fail. I want to see all of you reach the exact goals that you want to reach. This was an amazing, great post. And I got it. This lady is not, she could be Young Living, I don't know. But this was an entrepreneur group that I'm on. So it's really, really good. Any other questions? Comments? Let me see what else was on here lately that we should look at. That was just one on self-discipline and
Hey, Miss
self-control.
Sherry.
Yes.
You had mentioned in a conversation that we were having at one point that one of the best times to post on Facebook is
Yeah.
about 3 p.m.
Yes. And that's why
It's
my
the
next
highest
Facebook
views.
classes, the YL for athletes and the YL for um, yogis, I'm going to do those classes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because they're live videos and people can go back and watch them anyway. And I'm going to try it instead of 8 o'clock at night because we haven't been getting much luck at 8 o'clock at night. So I'm going to try 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I get a pretty good turnout at noon sometimes too on my Lunchbox Heart to Hearts. Sometimes I'll get quite a few people interacting with me at noon. But